Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and today we're going to be making another pretty good video. Today we're going to be talking about a pretty good topic, but first I want you guys to go to my website, check out the wall of donations, see who is the latest person to donate. If you guys could drop a donation, that would be great. Check out my video blogs, check everything else out, check out my BitChute, check out my YouTube, check out my Twitter, my Gab, everything. I got to get all my buttons fixed, so don't actually use the buttons, but be sure to check everything out. And yeah, let's get right into this. We're gonna be watching Bill Gates eat Franken meat. That's right, we're gonna be watching Bill Gates eat fake meat. I'm surprised the richest man in the world, or one of the richest men in the world, would ever eat fake meat, but supposedly it's to save the world. So let's get right into this. But in all reality, Bill Gates probably pukes this stuff up, and there's like some kind of like shit in this stuff to where it like alters your DNA and it makes it to where you can't have kids or something. It's like Alex Jones is talking about, like how they're putting stuff in the meat that like alters your hormones and makes it to where you're sterile and shit. So maybe Bill Gates like pukes his burger up right after it, or whatever, or maybe Bill Gates already had his kids, so it doesn't matter if this stuff makes you sterile. So that's the only reason why. I mean, like maybe they're just feeding it to Bill Gates and they don't care because he already had his kids. You know what I mean? So, but so beware of the Franken meat. All right, let's get right into this, guys.
Years, the strategy shifted to target people exactly like me. Basically try and make it as close to real meat as possible, which reduces friction for trying a plant-based option. So their goal is, if I'm going meatless at the summer barbecue, instead of a quinoa salad, I can still enjoy the full experience of a burger with my friends. And so on that note, let's get right into question number one. Throw this puppy on the grill. Sizzle. Definitely sounds like a burger.
By the way, that's the Franken meat right there. That's that fake meat, by the way. I didn't show that part of the video where he actually made the patty, but that's the Franken meat.
And even smells like it. And you're getting like the fat dripping down, which is causing the flames to come up. So far the experience feels pretty analogous to just grilling a burger. When I lick the fork, it definitely tastes like there was meat on this fork. All right, this cuts and feels exactly like a real burger. But before I officially taste it, I kind of want to know exactly what's in there. And to do that, I'm going to fly out to the two companies who are the leader in this space, Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods. At Beyond Meat, the first thing they showed me were the labs where they do all their research. Are these actors or these are real scientists?
These are scientists, yeah.
This feels like Jurassic Park, you know, where they're like giving you the tour. And right out of the gate, they put my mind at ease and showed me a tray of all the main stuff that makes up their burgers. Apparently, they work on not just the taste, but they have teams of researchers working on the texture, color, the smell, the grilling sound, even the same amount of calories and protein as a meat burger. Their goal is to make it as frictionless as possible for people like me to make the switch. So they have these for the color, coconut and sunflower oil for the fat so it sizzles on the grill, potatoes for carbohydrates, and then these for the protein, the majority coming from yellow peas. These burgers are better for you because they have no cholesterol, but they do have saturated fat from the coconut oil, so you shouldn't think of this as healthy as like a plain salad with no dressing. After getting the full tour, I was feeling pretty good, so it was time for the real test in the kitchen. I've intentionally kept my taste buds virgin.
Okay, great.
I haven't tasted it, and I had opportunities, but like, no, I want to wait. No pressure. But next week, I'm going to meet Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And I have to cook for him. You're like a professional chef, right?
I am.
In the next like 20 minutes, you need to transfer all that knowledge from your brain into mine, okay? We started with their Italian sausage, made of course just from plants, and Chef Chris showed me some power moves to impress Bill with on the grill. I'm so scared.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers. Even pudding flavor aside,
I think Bill will be okay with a little bit of a juice.
There's no way I would have guessed I wasn't actually eating real meat. That's pretty good.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's really good. I need one more taste. It's freaking good.
Thank you.
Next up was their burger, which it turns out was equally amazing. Genuinely, when you can surround it with burger stuff, it's really hard to tell.
There's no way to tell.
My next trip was to Impossible Foods, and they actually let me make a burger myself just from the ingredients in these bowls.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is add the water to the soy protein, and then we're gonna add the potato protein.
Okay.
So the next thing we're gonna put in is our magic ingredient, which do you know what this is?
Red number 5 is just food.
So this is our magic ingredient. It's called heme, which is short for hemoglobin. Heme is responsible for making meat taste like meat. That's found in every living plant and animal. You can get heme from soy plants.
I see.
You don't have to get it from animals.
Next, we added the cellulose-based culinary binder to hold everything together. And then finally, the coconut and sunflower oils.
Have you done any pastry work in your life?
Oh, tons of
Okay,
pastry.
you're gonna like fold and smush.
All my pastry work's shining through.
You literally just made the Impossible Burger yourself.
Like five little cups.
Five bowls, yeah.
One of them was water.
One of them was water.
So now I think it's time to cook one of these up.
96% of the folks who are ordering our product are self-identified meat eaters.
I'm definitely your target demo. I grew up. If the meal didn't have meat in it, it wasn't a meal.
When it delivers in that same characteristic that meat does, it really proves the point that we're providing a no compromises alternative for those meat eaters out there to make a different choice.
This raised an interesting point. Meat has been cleverly marketed with being a real man because real men need their protein.
That's what a man eats. Made from stuff guys need. Eat like a man.
But the truth is, even meat eaters like me get.
So now you know what the Franken meat's made out of. Alright, and they're going to show you all the different types of Franken meat, but let's skip ahead a little bit. Let's skip right to Bill Gates, and then we're going to end it right here. I just want to watch the richest elite of the world eat Franken meat.
All right, Bill.
Hey.
Good to see
How
you
are
again.
you?
So I've been working hard in your kitchen,
Perfect.
and I kind of wanted to talk to you about plant-based meat, and I thought maybe we could try them out as well.
Sure.
But as a control, I know you're a big fan of Dick's Burgers, so to kind of cleanse the palate, I thought we could just take a bite.
That's the real thing.
The real thing. As a non-Seattle native, I've got to say, I think this may be an acquired taste.
Yeah, you get used to a certain burger.
You get used.
And so now it's time for my cooking.
What do you think?
It's quite good. I mean, that's light years away from what they used to make.
Like the traditional veggie burger?
Right. You know, the quality's going to keep getting better. The plant-based guys are not done innovating. Eventually, they claim you won't be able to tell the difference.
Next up was my killer bratwurst.
Wow. Well, that's pretty good.
And at this point in my quest, I felt like I had a pretty good lock on questions 1 and 2. So I asked him about number 3.
The agriculture sector is about 18% of overall emission, but livestock is about half of that 18%.
Wow.
And almost all of that is beef.
Is this like cow farts? Cow burps?
Slightly more burps than farts, but it's a mix of those two.
To put that into perspective, that means that sector alone is responsible for more greenhouse gases than all the cars, trucks, trains, ships, and planes combined. Turns out, it takes a lot of stuff to make a cow.
Very inefficient, particularly beef, is almost 8 to 1. You use 8 calories to feed that cow for every calorie of meat you get out because you're building bone and respiration for that cow.
Now this was a really good point I hadn't fully considered. If you think about it, as humans, we're really solar powered. We eat plants, but they get their energy from the sun. Then you might be like, we also eat animals though. But they get their energy from plants too, which again, get their energy from the sun. So when it comes to getting our energy from the sun, animals are an inefficient middleman. We get on average 10% of our calories or energy in a day from meat. That might sound reasonable until you look at the amount of resources it takes to make that meat.
Alright, so that's basically about it. Oh wait, I don't want to listen to this guy drone on about this stuff much longer, so we're gonna skip that part. But at least you guys got to see him eat the Franken meat. I personally think it's a stunt double. This isn't real. There's no way they actually let the real Bill Gates eat that, like the sterile meat or whatever, like the sterilization meat. Right now they're just talking about how meat's bad and it's gonna be trying to make you feel bad. Yeah, I know you could feed a bunch of extra people, but oh well.
If we don't do anything, this sector will actually grow over time.
So you're saying not just the fact that there's more people and a larger population, but as people move up towards the middle class, they want to consume more meat.
And you can certainly see that this is true when you look at the amount of meat consumed over the past 50 years. Given the resources required, a trajectory for meat consumption like this is simply
and flooding and droughts, they're going to suffer by far the most. If you're just trying to get people to cut back, don't eat meat, don't drive to work, don't take trips, it's such a dramatic set of sacrifices that everybody has to engage in that without innovation, we're probably going to go way past the 2 degrees.
And that last part is the silver lining. Plant-based meat is the exact kind of innovation Bill's referring to here.
Oh yeah, alright, so we're basically done right here. Basically, they're just talking about the innovation and everything. So now we just basically watched Bill Gates eat fake meat. He ate the Frankenburger. And I almost want to really talk about this because, like, they're talking about how eating plant-based things is a really good solution to, ending emissions, everything. I really agree with them. The only real thing that kind of sketches me out is the fact that this is not a naturally occurring thing. This is a man-made thing, and just like he's talking about how bad man-made things are for the planet and how bad cows and agriculture are for the planet, I just really want them to take into consideration that just because it's plant-based doesn't mean it's going to be okay for your health. Some of the ingredients they're putting in those plant-based foods aren't necessarily found in nature, or they might not necessarily be naturally occurring in the levels you're putting in your body. So with that in mind, I really don't think you should really eat plant-based meat. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't, but I personally don't recommend it. I think that's why I call it Franken meat. It's just kind of like a science experiment. In the long run, we'll figure out what some of those proteins and all those things mixed together will do. And it's really unsettling. I do like the idea of it being environmentally friendly. I'm sure it doesn't taste that good because I've ate one of those Impossible burgers. They don't taste that good. You can tell it's not meat. And one thing I was also going to talk about is really I really do support the idea of creating all these weird food products to feed to people. I feel like definitely plant-based meats should get pushed. Maybe they should have a mixture of plant-based meats or in real meat. I was thinking why don't they cut real meat with plant-based meat? I think just 100% plant-based meat's kind of weird. Maybe I was almost thinking if they should take real meat and cut the meat with plants or something like that, because it's what if you took 75% meat and cut it with 25% plant, or you know what I mean? Because it's I was always imagining just cutting the burger down or making the meat cheaper. So I don't really think Frankenburger is really the best idea, but maybe cutting the meat down or making other options like that, or I really like the type of shit where they to clone the meat. That stuff's kind of cool because obviously if you got more options for cloning meat or making meat in different ways, even if richer people or wealthier people or people that really like their normal meat products wouldn't buy that kind of stuff, it'd probably be good for third world country people or be good for people that are environmentally conscious. So definitely be sure to check that stuff out. Be sure to support it. Just be health conscious. Be smart about that shit. Make sure to donate and everything. Make sure to check out this video. I don't really own the rights to this video. I mean, Bill Gates makes some good points in this video too. So if you want to listen to Bill Gates talk about the Obama meat and let him sell you on it, even though it's probably going to sterilize you, just let Bill Gates tell you about all this Obama meat stuff. And like always, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.